Hey guys, and welcome back to another EVE Online video. Tonight we're taking a look at the Stage 3 of the Triglavian Invasion. Hopefully you'll have all heard about it by now. It's been going on for a couple of days and it's been big news in EVE. And you'll have seen it pop up in your agency straight away. If I go back to the home, this big box here. Last night I was in a stellar reconnaissance site. I was in a system called Shagoth and it was a stellar reconnaissance site. I was just running through and I thought I'd be able to show you guys today what was going on with one of those and how it all works. So I just got comfortable enough to talk to you guys about it, but today I jump online and Shaggoth has become a redoubt and bulwark. So I thought maybe we could explore the site together today. I've just walked into an observatory flashpoint. So they're listed on your D-scan or in your probe scanner. You've got all sorts of observatory flashpoints, so they are Edencom sites, so I think you could go into here and attack the NPCs to try and build favour with the Triglavians. Same with the Edencom forward post, and all the conduits are the opposite. If you flew into an emerging, a minor or a major conduit and started attacking the NPCs, you would curry favour with Edencom. So I've gone into an observatory flashpoint, and the first thing that stands out is how insane it looks. It's so good. The graphics on these sites are really good. Like, I've not got particularly good graphics on. My computer can't cope with it, but it looks so good. What's this? Imperial Stellar Observatory. I've got 10% armor, 10% E-War cap drain and 10% mining speed. Okay, and that's important because, as you can see, all these lovely rocks in here, if I can click on any of them, no, are mineable. So there is lots of Rakavine, and we're in high sec here, we're in 0.7, in high sec, in Edencom system, because we're in a redoubt, and Rakavine gets you all of the minerals in the game, including Morphite. Okay, and bear in mind we're in high sec, so you got all these lower null sec minerals that you cannot get in high sec normally, available here to mine. And I think, now don't quote me on this, and I don't want you to fly an orca in and lose your ship, but I've been sat now in this site for 4 or 5 minutes. There's been no NPCs so far, and I think that's because at an observatory flashpoint you have to jump through the gate. That's not true because there's some wrecks here, but there's both sides. So if you're neutral, from what I've experienced so far, if you're neutral to either side, the enemy won't attack you. That might not be the case with Triglavians, though. I haven't actually tested the Triglavians because I initially planned on siding with them, I was in a stellar reconnaissance site attacking Edencom last night, but there's a practice salvaging stuff in here. But basically I'm sat here now, I'm in a healer so I could tank up some stuff is the plan. Mostly just exploring, but I get involved if I can without too much risk. But back to this ore, there's another type of ore in the Triglavian equivalent. So if I go back to the agency, the escalating liminality is the Triglavian equivalent of this system. So this is where the Triglavians won the stellar reconnaissance stage. There's only one, it's Raravos. Oh, that's bugged there. Liminality, please. It's Raravos. There's only one system, and in here there's a different kind of ore, but it does the same thing. The minerals are all the minerals. And I had a court mate fly a venture in, have a quick mine, see what it was like yesterday. He popped his head in one load in a venture. The ore was worth 34 million. Now obviously this is it's all brand new, it's going to vary, be quite volatile while it settles into the game, but right now 34 million for one load in a venture. So if you're brave enough to take something bigger in, you would rake in ISK really fast from these minerals. Also just quickly worth mentioning, the other thing to bear in mind is the Triglavian system So if you wanted to go and side with the Triglavians but go and mine safely in their system, because it's sort of going against the empires and Concord and such, the security of the system has been decreased by 0.3. So even though Raravos is a high-sec system where it says 0.6, the effective security is 0.3. So it becomes low-sec. So there's no Concord to bail you out anymore. Any pilot can just, it's just like, it's just like low-sec. Any pilot can just come and pop you at any moment. So if you've gone there to try and mine safely because you sided with Triglavians, you always have to be ready for PvP. So that's just worth bearing in mind. But that's the mining is one of the first things I've found quite exciting about this whole thing. Because for pilots that aren't that interested in, industrialists, they're not that interested in PvE or PvP element or fleet work, any of that. You can fly into one of the major systems. So you've got obviously these ones, or you've got the Edencom fortresses, of which there's currently 2 systems, I think. One of them is in low sec though, and the NPCs won't attack you because they're Empire and you're neutral to them, and you can just sit there mining away and raking in this insane stuff. I did see a clip last night of someone taking his alt mining fleet in. He had an Orca and 4 or 5 mining barges. If he was mining for a couple of hours, he'd have pulled in a lot of ISK. A lot of ISK. You can see the places are still fairly popular. There's 59 pilots in this system. That's down a lot from the first few days. There was over 100 in here last night, for example, when it was still a stellar reconnaissance site. I am not brave enough to go through this gate yet because I don't know what it is. So, I don't want my healers, it's relatively expensive. I don't want to risk it by jumping through the gate. It looks like it's going to take you into abyssal space, which makes me pretty nervous. So let's just fly around and see what else we can find. You can join fleets, so you can just chat in local about joining fleets. You can see here, people invite you, or you can just chuck something in the Triglavian Invasion chat. But where should we go next? Let's come off that. And let's have a look in Empire Sinusoidal Beacon. If I walk to there. Oh, also these messages that pop up when you fly in are excellent. So this is because I'm flying to an Empire site. It's the Triglavians trying to tell me to fight them. And foreign Narodnia translocation beacons, which is a Sino beacon in Triglavian, activating at conduit thresholds. Extirpate foreign vessels that surface. That means kill anything that comes out of the beacon. And here you can see it looks just like an emerging conduit looked before, right? So, but instead of it being Triglavians coming out of the emerging conduit, it's Empire ships. So we've got Imperial Navy vessels here. Last night, if you flew to any of these where there's big fleets, it was easy to take them out. Now, as a solo player, these are much more difficult. You can see there's a battleship, several cruisers, and they've got very strong logistics. So I'm definitely not going to take them on now. But if you wanted to find a fleet and you'd be able to have a go, one of the reasons there's no one doing it this one is because this is a system that the players are trying to turn into a Eden stronghold. Empire stronghold, sorry, Edencom. So maybe if I go to a conduit, let's find an emerging conduit in my probe scanner, and maybe there will be a fleet there. I need to be careful here. So this time you get an Edencom message. An incoming conduit from abyssal dead space has been detected. Analysis of Triglavian vessels indicates that Rasnaborg variants are present. DED agents have assessed this conduit as less threatening than minor conduits in invasion. But as I understand it, it's still more dangerous than emerging conduits in non-contested systems. And I think, because it's Triglavians, they'll probably attack me. What have we got here? No, okay. So, same again. Even the Triglavians choose to be neutral to you. So, it's fairly safe. I mean, if you really wanted to... Oh no. Let's see what happens here. Aperture detected, Triglavian vessels emerging. I'm just going to get ready to warp out to anywhere. Are things about to pop out of this? Or is it these guys are going to do anything? I can't tell. Someone's left their MTU over there. No, okay, so what it looks like, that was a tense moment there, thought I was in a bit of trouble. But it looks like at this point, you can go and see my my standings. Oh, gotta keep an eye on this Punisher. Not sure what he's... Should be okay. So they've engaged him, but presumably that's because he's been working hard in this system and now has negative standing with the Triglavians. Whereas I haven't gone either way yet properly, so I'm neutral with everyone, which means I can fly in and out without any problems. There you go, he's died straight away. Can I'm I'm a little bit nervous. I'm doubting what I'm saying because these guys are strong and it's a bit of a risk to fly to them. But they are white, they're not red, so we should be okay. They didn't aggro me when I came in. And so that does mean if you're neutral to them, you can fly into a system and mine up what's there, right? You can go through all of this and just take it down and not have to fight anyone, in theory. I haven't tested that yet. I'd be reluctant to test it, but that's the theory. But the content is really good. Like I'm really excited about this whole thing. Again, I was hoping I'd be in a stellar reconnaissance system today, but alas, this one turned into an Edencom readout. Waro looks like it's going to do the same in not very long. Orda is going to go the other way and will probably become another Triglavian stronghold, and so on. They're all popping up now in low sec by the looks of things, which I'm more reluctant to go into just because of the PvP nature. You can see my standings are neutral with both. Well, I've killed a couple of these. If you do run these sites as part of a fleet, I can only speak to the Edencom ones, but it's worth noting that you will so you have to be in the top 59. You get a payout basically, and if you're in the top 59 damage dealers at that site, you get a piece of the payout. So the low end is sort of 950-ish thousand. Let's see if I've got some of last night's in here. There you go. So the low end 945,000. I was probably close to 59th, and then it does go up a little bit if you climb the list. And that's every site. So to begin with, okay, these sites had 50. There were 50 people strong fleets, and you could go from site to site to site. You'd clear the whole thing in 5 minutes. So I was pulling in 1 million, 1.5 million, 2 million every 5 minutes, and it was nice and quick, and very safe because the chances of you picking up the aggro from the Triglavians, from the fleet Edencom ships was very low. I did lose a frigate because I didn't have my tank. When I did pick up the aggro, I just blew up immediately. So that's why I came in my healer, just so that when I do pick up aggro, which did happen once, I've got time to pull my drones in and get out with the tank. That's basically all I can say at this point, because I wasn't expecting to be in a readout this evening. Is there anything else I want to check out while I'm here? The conduits are all going to be the same. the equivalents. So basically, you've got emerging, minor, and major conduits, and then you've got forward post, staging area, and field base as the levels of site on either side. So if you want to try and solo, obviously become prepared, but go into a forward post or an emerging conduit. I wouldn't go above. You probably want to be in fleet for those. And if you wanted to do PvE, if you're not that interested, if you're an industrial, you're looking at this going, oh, this is another event, what can I really do? Bring your mining ship in. Start with a cheap one, come in with a venture, go to one of the bigger sites, so the ones that where one system is winning, so don't go to reconnaissance, but go to one of these two or one of these two. Fly into the observatory flashpoints and start mining up. You will make ridiculous money to start with. It'll probably go down. They'll probably have to find a way to balance it, because suddenly high sec is going to be awash with all of the nullsec minerals, which will put crazy balance into the game again. But yeah, if you want to come give it a go, if you want to make a quick buck and you're willing to take the risk, do that. Like I said, a venture, 34 million for one hold. That's worthwhile, right? You can fill a venture's hold in what, 10 minutes? 34 million. Done. The only thing is the systems are so far away. Like I haven't brought a mining ship in because I live 30 jumps from here. So, you know, there's that. So what I think I'll do now is fly over to the Triglavian system in Raravos, and we'll see what's going on over there. Pretty nervous about it because obviously it's low sec now. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. So hopefully you guys will join me over there in just a few seconds. Alright guys, so I've just made it to one jump from Raravos. Like I said, I've decided to come and take the risk and have a look at the first escalating liminality. So this is a system owned by the Triglavians now. Well, they've got a foothold anyway. There's a few people stacked up outside here, not sure why. So I'm going to jump in, take the plunge, even though it's now low sec. There you go, Triglavian Invasion low sec system. Concord security response level has been decreased from 0.6 to 0.3. So there's probably people right on the other side ready to kill me. There you go, look, 181 people in system. And people on the gate right here in a malediction. So that's me probably dead already. Is he going to go through? Is he going to go through? I need him to go through. He's not going to, he's sitting on the gate. There are the changes in the liminality. Remote armor boost, remote shield boost. Probably dead here. Haven't got much longer on my cloak. Gnosis just appeared.
Warp drive active.
Right, we're going to get targeted. Okay, we're away from there. Step one. You can see the Triglavians are winning. It's pushing in the right direction for them. Let's have a quick look in probe scanner. What have we got? Same sort of systems again. Stellar Fleet deployment site. Not sure what that is. So here there are a lot of people. So I might just ask in local pro Trig Fleet. Oh, we've got a breacher here. Dock up, dock up, dock up.
Docking request accepted.
Let's get inside for a second because that's made me nervous. Alright, I did expect there to be quite a lot of action here. This is the first real, this is the exciting system in the game now. 12 people docked up in here. I'm not really sure what to do. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, there's a lot of criminals and suspects in here. Now that might be because they've sided with the Triglavians, of course. That could be a big fleet. Sided with the Triglavians and therefore got negative security status. So let's just hang around for a second and see if any pro-Trig players come on down to Waro. See, so people trying to form a fleet over there. That's a long... Is it a long way from me? Down here. Where is Waro? This is still a reconnaissance. 9 jumps. So I could go and check that out. But now I've got the problem of getting back out of this system that I wanted to have a look at, of course. Alright, I'm taking the plunge and I'm going to one of the sites, just see what's there. Warnings for the Triglavian Collective, but we're okay because we're neutral. The problem I've got here are other PvP pilots that will want to pop me. Like this breacher, so I'm just going to go to an Edencom forward post and see what we've got there.
Warp drive active.
There's the stuff from Triglavians again. Turned on my shields because if I land in the forward post and there's someone there waiting to kill me, then so be it. I'll just delay the inevitable a little bit, but can try and kill them, I suppose. He'll do a good bit of damage with the drones. So we'll just have a look at this. So it's different ore, but produces the same number of minerals. That should be around the place. There's no... That's interesting. That must be maybe the Stellar Fleet deployment. There's none of the observatories here, which I didn't realise. So that's worth bearing in mind. Empire Signer Field, no one else here. So again, like I say, so if what I wanted to show you guys was a little bit of combat. Oh, they're going to jump in, so I might have to leave. Let's see what colour they come out. If they're white or red. Come on, spawn, spawn, spawn. Not going to spawn. That means I'm the first person that's walked to this site, by the way. They're white, so they shouldn't attack me. I hope, because otherwise they'll do quite a lot of damage. But what I've been the way I've been running these sites, because I'm not a battleship with huge range, I am a cruiser that likes to use a bit of drone damage. The way I've been doing that is just like in my emerging conduit video. Pick a rock behind it, but not straight behind it, because you don't want to land right on it to pick up the aggro. Warp to within 100, and you get that message again. Ignore it. Active. And it will put you nicely in range, about 30-35k should do, from the enemies. So if you are, here we are, what have we got? 35k. So you can lock them up, release your drones, and you're good to go. While all the battleships take all the aggro and do all the good damage from elsewhere in the site, you can sit here doing your damage. That's my advice. That's what I wanted to show you a little bit tonight, but I got blocked a bit by the changes. I'm just going to warp to this site because I don't know what it is. So we're going to have a look over here at the Stellar Fleet deployment, which is where I hope I'm going. 4183 I am. Don't know why this is highlighted. Little bug. Oh, Osprey. Come in. That could be for me, I suppose. So no one's responded to my Trig Fleet request, which is a bit of a surprise. Let's see what this looks like. And then once I've done this, I'm going to leave because I'm pretty nervous about getting popped by another player. This is low sec at the moment. I'm going to go into Ekid. Actually, I'm going to go into Zymoth. I have in Zymoth, I've got a There's a Brutix. Alright, we need it to load. My computer's struggling a little bit at the moment. Is there anything here? Maybe this despawned? I'm not sure what's going on here now. Must have despawned, I guess. Just as I walked in, but it's odd that it's still in my yeah, odd that it's still in my list and it's not here. That's maybe that's a bug. I'm not sure. Could be my computer struggling. But here's the flashpoint. So observatory flashpoint. If I walk to this now, this should be where all the
active.
ore is. So I'm just going to walk to it now quickly. If it's empty, if there's not many people here, I've got a venture just in Zymoth. Oh, what's happened there? A quick look. Triglavian Enigma, defeat Empire forces, destroy the enemy dreadnought, destroy the enemy observatory, research area secure. So it would appear these are the main steps for the flashpoint, and they've all been completed because they're coloured in. So that's worth knowing. There's no one here. What are the wrecks? Caldaro Rookie, Certain Ibis, a frigate. Don't know what killed them, obviously. And we've got Rakavine, which again, if we do a show info, look at that. So I'm going to take the risk. I'm going to go back to the gate, different gate this time, but I'm going to jump into Zymoth, get in my venture.
Warp drive active.
Come back and mine a little bit, maybe just one load, and just see what we can do, see if we can confirm what my court mate said yesterday. So stick around, guys. You'll see a little bit of the mining. I'll speed it up probably, but yeah, enjoy. We'll see what we can get. So unfortunately, the observation gate, observatory, I've forgotten what they're called now, but it's despawned. I cannot find it, which means that bit of ore I was going to mine and test is gone for the time being. Obviously, hopefully another one will spawn at some stage, but I'm going to have to stop here, I think, and call it a night for now. Keep my venture nearby, put it in Zymoth again, probably one jump, and that way I can come back when and see if it's around again, that whole site. But anyway, alright, a little bit disappointing, but hopefully we learned something. I've got a lot more to learn about these sites, as do I'm sure everyone else. There's been some big fights, by the way, and here you can see all the GFs gone in. Good fights for those that don't know. A couple of fleet combats between the Edencom pilots and the Triglavian supporters. So it's all been kicking off. I stayed well clear of it because I'm in my lowly little venture. But has it respawned? No. But anyway, like I say, thanks very much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll bring you some more of this content soon. Cheers.